Hello, welcome to another edition of Conspirator Comics Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of May 25th, 2021. Giant week this week, so let's get right into it. First up, we have Action Comics number 1031. I've been enjoying it. It's been really, really good. Johnson's been doing a fantastic job on it, and I cannot wait to see where he takes us with Superman and Warworld and all that. Next up, we have Jeff Lemire and Justin Nguyen's Ascender number 15. This book's been on hiatus for a little bit, but I'm glad to see it come back. I love just this creative team in this world that they've created with Ascender as well as Descender. If you haven't yet checked out Descender, I do highly recommend it. It is really good. Next up is Batman Black and White number 6. This is a John Romita Jr. cover, so I'm like, I don't really want to read it or get this, but I got it anyway. But the Batman Black and White stuff's been really good. I've been enjoying it, and I do highly recommend you check out those issues because they're good. Next up, we have Batman Superman at number 18. I think I'm one issue behind on this, so I have been enjoying it. But Batman Superman, it's just good. It's one of those good team-up books. Check it out. Next up, we have Department of Truth at number 9. Everybody's blowing up and going crazy for Department of Truth. It's really, really good, so I do highly recommend you pick it up in trade. A lot of these trades are coming out, and they're coming out like out of print, not out of print, but sold out fast. So make sure you pre-order or order it with your local shop to make sure you get one. Or you can, of course, always go to Amazon and check it there. Next up, we have Detective Comics number 1036. I'm a little behind on Detective Comics, but hoping to get caught up. I was enjoying it, before I stopped, just not being caught up, but Tamaki's done a fantastic job with what I've read, so I can't wait to read more. Next up is a book that hasn't been around since November, was the last issue I think that was released, and this is The God Damned, The Virgin Brides, issue 5. I don't know if this is the last issue in this series, but it is, Jason Aaron's God Damned book, and it's good. I've enjoyed it. It'll most likely just get put on my purge list, but it is good. Next up, we have Harley Quinn number 3. I'm not a huge fan of the art, but I love Harley Quinn, and Phillips has done an amazing job on this book so far, so I cannot complain about the writing. So art might not be up my alley, but the writing is good. Next up is a book that I followed for a long time now, and it comes out whenever it comes out, and that's Manifest Destiny, issue 43 is out. This is a really, really solid book. I always go, man, I forget that this book is so good and hasn't come out in a while, but it is really, really good, and I do highly, highly recommend you go back and read the earlier trades. It's good stuff. I can't wait for hardcover collections of them. They're really, really good. Next up, we're bringing back something in DC, and that's the Milestone Returns, the Infinite Edition. It's 2020 or 0. Oh, edition 0. I wrote that down wrong on my. Oh, it's a 0 issue. Ooh, need to go fix that. But yeah, so if you're ever curious about those milestone characters, I would highly recommend picking this up and checking it out. I'm really curious to see what they're doing with it and where they're going to go after this with those characters. Next up, we have Mr. Miracle, The Source of Freedom, number 1. If you read Future State, you got to see another Mr. Miracle, and so this continues some of that character's antics. So I'm gonna check it out. Mr. Miracle is a cool character, and yeah, I'm gonna go with it. Next up is one from Greg Rucka, and that I guess this one's not from Greg Rucka, but it's in the vein of his work, and that's The Old Guard Tale Through Time at number 2. So we're gonna get some more tales of the Old Guard people in the past and stuff, with them figuring things out and being immortal. Next up is The Other History of the DC Universe, book 4, and this time we are looking at The Question, and it looks like specifically we're looking at Renee Montoya, The Question. So I'm really, really excited to see this and see where it takes us. The other books for from this series have been fantastic, and I do highly recommend them. They're a really, really great read, and if you have not yet checked them out, you just need to. Next up, we have Robin number 2 from Joshua Williamson. I have not yet read issue 1, so I don't know what's going on, but Williamson's great, and I expect Robin to be good. So, yeah, what can you do there? Next up, James Tynion the Fourth has Something is Killing the Children, number 16. This book is just bonkers gone crazy. If you have not yet checked it out, I do highly recommend it. Track down those graphic novels. They're in between printings, I think, on volume 2. But be sure to look out and let your store know that you want a copy of number 2, volume 2 for the trades. Really good stuff. Next up was one for my son, and that's Star Wars Adventures: The Weapon of a Jedi. I believe this is a one-shot, so yeah, you can check it out. Enjoy it. Next up is Strange Adventures, number 10 of 12. I'm actually not read issue 9. I'm been so behind in my books and so busy with the comic book store shift to having a warehouse now and getting that all set up, and the end of the school year, all of my comic book reading has kind of gone on the back burner, except for things that I can just kind of get through quickly. Strange Adventures and like Rorschach and like Swamp Thing and a couple others are things that I really want to read and kind of want time to read and a good environment to read in. So that's why I haven't yet checked them out. But apparently this issue has something totally bonkers in it, so I might have to just sit down and give myself some Tom King time with Rorschach and with Strange Adventures. So who knows? Next up we have Justin Jordan's Summoner's War, A Legacy. I read the first issue, was interesting. I'm going to keep going with it. I like Justin Jordan. I think this is a 6-issue mini. It's most likely to be something I read and then purge, but it's definitely something that I'm like, I'll check it out. Has not enticed me enough to check out the game. If any of you have played Summoner's War, let me know in the comments down below if it's any good, worth it, so on and so forth. If, downloading and trying it isn't going to kill me. But yeah. Next up, we have Teen Titans Academy number 3. And we got some Suicide Squad appearing in this issue. So the first handful of issues of Suicide Squad and Teen Titans Academy seem to be crossing over. If you're reading Suicide Squad, you might want to be picking up Teen Titans Academy. If you're reading Teen Titans Academy, you might want to be picking up Suicide Squad. So I would highly, highly recommend checking out either one. They're good books. You should put them both on your list. Next up, we have The Last Ronin, the annoying-sized Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle book. Yay! The first 2 issues were fantastic. I need to read this one, but yeah, it's a good series. Can't wait to see where Eastman and Laryard take us with it, but it has been really good. And finally on my pull list is The Witcher, Witch's Lament, number 1 of 4. Yep, just going to dive into this. I read the other Witcher one. It was good, so now I need to keep going with it. I have other Witcher books I need to get to right here, but I have a ton of stuff to read that I haven't gotten to read yet, and I've been lucky enough to actually plow through a few trades this week, so yes, that's always fun, especially when they're trades that you're like, I need to finish these 2 so I can get rid of the run of it, because it's not that it's bad, it's just I don't need it. And that's the Morning Glories run. I finally finished that, and so yeah, I can now get rid of it. Next up are the variants. So we got a couple variants for Batman and Black and White number 6. First up is the I think there's a Gary Frank variant. Yep, for that Batman, super cool. And then we have one with the Mad Hatter there in Batman. I did get the 0 Point premiere covers. There was a weird thing with Comic Hub, and they weren't on there when like the cover art wasn't on there or whatever, so I didn't order it. But I did get the premiere one for issue 2. This week, the second print of number 2 comes out. So if you missed a copy of number 2, be sure to go to comicsconspiracy.biz and order your second print for number 2. Number 1, third prints will be out at the beginning of June, on June 9th. So please, check your calendars, make sure in 2 weeks you're there for the reprint of issue 1. And then I got the premiere one for 0 Point number 3 with Batman battling Snake Eyes there. Department of Truth number 9 had a pretty cool variant cover that I thought was interesting, so I grabbed that one, kind of like just with simple art. Of course, Harley Quinn number 3 had its variant, which I had to pick up. Mr. Miracle, Source of Freedom, had this one here, so I liked that one. Nightwing 79 got a second print with a really awesome cover, and that's the Nightwing, like they're climbing, the Robins are climbing up through the eras on the side of the building like they used to do in Batman 66, and it's got that Batgirl right there, and of course Alfred's holding the cape back there. But yeah, great second print cover. Really, really awesome. Pick it up if you haven't had a chance. Hopefully your store ordered enough. Next up is the variant for the Other History of the DC Universe Book 4. So I grabbed that one up as well. And then, of course, we have the variant for Robin number 2, the Francis Manapul variant. So I picked that one up. Jenny Friesen, of course, did a variant for Something is Killing the Children number 16. So I grabbed that one up then. And, oh, that's what was missing from my stack. The regular Stargirl book. Oh, well. Stargirl also had a book out, but apparently my copy is not here. So I have to, go grab mine at some point. But yeah, Stargirl. This is a variant. I picked this one up too. And then, of course, we have the Strange Adventures number 10 variant there. And Teen Titans Academy number 3 had the Philip Tan variant there. I did pick up previews. It's the last week of the month, so we have previews. This is issue 393, the June previews for stuff on sale in August of 2021. It's got a Marie Lovelett, right? Yeah, Maria Lovelett new book coming out. I'm going to check it out. I liked her Luna. Her Luna was okay, so I'm going to see about this one. But yeah, this is what you need to use to order. Don't forget, if you get it, pick it up, to grab the Marvel previews that's in there. DC is not in here. You have to get DC's solicitations through DC's online solicitation, like PDF reader thing, whatever. I hate how it works. I never use it, and yeah, it's not the best. I really wish they would go back to a print one, so that you had some copies of it. But I do want to point out that the Free Comic Book Day books are in this one for August. They've moved Free Comic Book Day this year to August. Let me see if this is August 14th. So the 14th of August, they will be doing Free Comic Book Day. I actually will not be around for this year's Free Comic Book Day. Normally I'm there doing stuff, but this year I'm going to be taking some time off for myself around, and my birthday is on August 16th. So I'm actually going to be taking like 6 days just to myself. Like kids will be with grandma, and I'm just gonna have a good time and not worry. So I'll be missing out on this year's Free Comic Day, but those books are in this previews. So if you want to get those books, please make sure that you let your comic shop know that you want these copies. I'm picking up the We Live the Last Days, the Enter the House of Slaughter, which is the Something is Killing the Children one. I'm also going to grab the Star Wars High Republic one. And there's like a whole ton other ones that everyone needs to be checking out. If you're into board games, they're actually having a Gloomhaven one right here, so check that out. I haven't gotten to play yet more of Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion, but I loved it, and I can't wait to play some more of it. And they have like the Valiant one, and they have like the Star Wars Edge of the thing. So this is where you're going to be finding the books that you're going to need to be picking up and reading. So I highly recommend grabbing this. A couple Mark Russell books are coming out from indie publishers, so be on the lookout for those. I am super excited for those ones. I believe one's about robots. I can't remember off the top of my head the exact name. It's right here. Not All Robots is one of them, and if I remember correctly, the other one is from Vault, and that's going to be Dead Box. So yeah, so Dead Box and Not All Robots. Mark Russell books, check those out. But new previews. So if you want to order from those, you can. Pretty much everything is up and running by this weekend. Don't necessarily jump to doing it like right now today, but by the weekend everything should be up there and ironed out with all of the stuff. I wanted to take a moment here at the end to highlight something that I've been is a writer that I've been enjoying in little spurts, but really just recently with a handful of titles, he's really kind of shot up there in my category of, ooh, I like this and this is good stuff, and that's Ram V. He was doing a lot of fill-in stuff, some Justice League Dark stuff, and just a lot of cool stuff at DC. He's currently writing Swamp Thing, which is fantastic. You need to go back and check that book out. The Many Lives of Layla Starr. And yeah, he just has a ton of great content out right now, and you need, or he's also writing Catwoman. You need to be checking them all out. They're really great. But what you should also do is you should also go check out his backlog, or his back catalog, because I was going through the back stock at our, or the extra over the trades and stuff that we have a copy on the shelf, but we don't have space. We need to keep it in the back. And I came across his blue and green from Image. This book, so I literally picked it up, read it in a night. Not even that, didn't take me that long to read. But it's really, really solid read. It's basically about the struggles of a musician in that, mediocrity and not, doing stuff to your full potential, and the whole being torn between like reality and life, and the isolation and the torment and all of that stuff that goes along with being an artist and producing something and making something, and just it's like a curse. And this is something that kind of spans generations. It's a really amazing read. The artwork is fantastic. It's not something that I normally like, but once you get into the story, the artwork works perfectly with the book. I compared it to that it has so much going in it that it's like the sound of a record being played, just like that. It works. So yeah, Blue and Green, if you want to check it out, is super awesome and amazing. You really need to. So that led me to looking at more of Ram V's back catalog. I also, since it's a music themed book, I went on Spotify and made a playlist of the books, the songs that were featured in it, and some of that jazz stuff is really, really good. So it will make you want to check out some music as you read, which I actually like that creators are doing a lot more now than they used to, because I think that adds to the reading of it and the enjoyment of the book. But his back catalog, so he has a bunch of books that he has. He had a Black Mamba book, I think, that was kickstarted. I haven't looked into it completely, but that one I don't necessarily think you can just pick up in stores or on Amazon. He has a book called Brigands, which I had to order, and then there's a subsequent one called Ruin of Thieves, which is it's a Brigands book. So I have those on order, and I'm waiting for those to come in. We did have Graffiti's Wall at the shop, so I snagged that copy up. So I need to check this one out, but I'm super, super stoked to dive into it. Ram V is just such an amazing writer right now, and he's so hot and everything that I really, really think everyone should be checking him out. He also has a book called These Savage Shores, which I had to order a copy of because we didn't have one in shop. But we did have a copy of Volume 1 of Paradiso, The Essential Singularity. So I snagged this one up. This collects Paradiso 1 through 4. There's another volume of this called Dark Dwellers, I believe. And I had to order that one to pick up once we get it in. But man, I am super stoked to dive into Ram V's back catalog. And you guys should be a little aware that Blue and Green has gone to a new printing, so it's pretty much sold out at the distributor. So if you can find a copy on Amazon, snag it up. If you can find a copy at your local shop, snag it up. Last I checked, we had one copy left at Comics Conspiracy, so you can order at comicsconspiracy.biz. But yeah, Ram V is just killing it, and you need to be checking out his books. That's it for this week. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're reading. All that fun stuff. Be nice. Don't be mean. Internet's a crappy place at times. Anyway, so yeah. Please, you can listen to me. If you want to hear more, you can listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. We just finished recording episode 502. Yes, 502. We actually went over and had a quiz that we should have had on episode 500 about some of the history of our podcast. So it's a fun little dive into our history there. 10 years of podcasting as of this year. So it's a feat. And there's a lot of episodes. But yeah, I got 4 points. Ryan got 5. But at least I was second place. So check that out. There's a link in the description below. If you want to help me and my fellow conspirators out a little more, you can go to Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting fees and getting products. So thank you very much to all of our Patreon backers. It helps out immensely. And again, there's a link in the description below for that. You can also help me out more directly here or on my blog, conspiratorbrock.com. If you click on any of the Amazon links and buy through there, I'll get a cut and some Amazon money. So thank you very much for those that do that. Or you can head over to my eBay page where I'm constantly purging stuff. Even though I don't know if I'm going to be using eBay for very much longer, or if at all. They've changed a lot of stuff in this past month that has just kind of really not made it. It's made it more complicated and time consuming for me to do something that didn't take me that long to do before, and it wasn't something that wasn't broken, and they went and fixed something that wasn't broken. So yeah, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to do the eBay thing. We'll see. But yeah, it's not. I don't know if eBay realizes that they're shooting themselves in the foot, in my opinion. But what do I know? I'm just a guy that, uses your thing and tells you stuff's not broken and you didn't need to fix it, and now it's even less user friendly than it was before. And yet you want it to be user friendly. Anyway, you can links in the description below and still have stuff up. We'll see how much longer that lasts. Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter. My handle's @BrockSager, @BrockSager is still suspended. I have not yet done another. Let me talk to an actual human being request. So you can follow me at BES Basement. That's BES Basement on Twitter. And yeah, so that's it. I hope you guys have a good week, and I will see you next week.